Testing. Testing. What can that sword do? Oh man, you hear that? Dramatic music is totally starting to play. Oh no, I think I stopped it by using Eagle Vision. Damn it, I would have rather had the music. Catacombs. I've been down here before, I think. It is nice how basically the whole game world is there, whether or not you're on a mission. Although they screwed it up in Dead Kings. Wow, a lot of soldiers there that I didn't find. How do you beat a man with a magic sword?
What happened here?
Germain's got some kind of weapon. I've never seen its like before. He got away from me.
He didn't come past me. He must still be down there.
Where is there?
Please!
Mademoiselle de la Serre as well. This is quite the reunion.
Stay hidden. Keep him talking.
Did you think this day would never come? That because François de la Serre had no sons to avenge him, that your crime would go unanswered?
Revenge, is it? Your vision is as narrow as your father's.
You'll want to talk? How wide of vision was your grab for
Skulk all
power?
you like. It makes no difference. I have to. Here you are.
Oh dear.
Power? No. You're smarter than that. This was never about power.
Jesus, that sword is cool. Unfortunately,
It's never
it's
about
not.
power. It's always been about control. Did your father teach you nothing? The Order has grown complacent. For centuries, we focus our attention on... I see. For centuries, we focus our attention on the trappings of power.
The titles of them.
nobility, the offices of church and state.
This guy is so
fought in
cool.
the very
He's a good
lie we
villain.
crafted to shepherd the masses.
I'll kill you!
The darkness cannot protect you. You... Hello, assassin.
Whoa. You can work out where I am, I think.
You're not listening. Killing me won't stop anything. When our brother
how
Templars
do we
see
get
the
up
old
there?
institutions crumble, they will adapt. They will retreat to the shadows, and we will at last be the secret masters we were meant to be.
Skulk all you like. It makes no difference.
I think
There you are.
maybe he isn't really saging qua sage here.
So come. Kill me if you can. Unless you can miracle up a new king and halt the revolution in its tracks, it does not matter.
I can't find an opening!
We'll have to take him
Think
together.
yourself safe in your shadows. I have you now.
He's using Eagle Vision. Yeah, he doesn't mention Juno or anything at any point. I don't
Must
think
we
he remembers
continue this pointless charade?
who he was. I think he believed in his new Templar vision. Distract him for a least to attack. Where did he go now?
Is it you hope?
I can't find an opening!
We'll have to take him together.
Ow. We do have to take him together, but at least needs to...
A waste of my time. The darkness cannot protect you. Here you are.
Well,
Must we
That's
continue
not
this
working.
pointless charade?
must we continue with this pointless charade? Oh man. Apparently we mustn't. It was in fact a charade because he
Did
won.
you
and
think
I
this day would never come?
Okay.
That because
How do
François
we...
de la Serre had no sons to avenge him, that your crime would go unanswered?
How can I get onto those ropes, I wonder?
Revenge, is it? Your vision is as narrow as your father's.
You'll want to talk? How wide of vision was your grab for power?
Can I get up
Power?
there?
No. You're
Yes.
smarter than that. This was never about power. It's always been about control. You cannot hide from me, boy.
I think I can.
Here you
What's down here?
Did your father teach you nothing? The Order has grown complacent.
No.
For centuries, we focused our attention on the trappings of power. The offices of church and state. I will find you. I see you with us. Caught in the very lie we crafted to shepherd the masses.
I'll kill you!
You're not listening. Killing me won't stop anything. When our brother Templar...
Oh, that almost worked.
In the wake of revolution, the Order will... I have you. In the wake of revolution, the Order will adapt. They will retreat to the shadows, and we will, at last, be the secret masters we were meant to be. Do you think yourself?
Do I have to do something while Elise is in a particular position, perhaps? Jesus. There's some cool power he's got there.
They will retreat to the shadows, and we will, at last, be the secret masters. We will find you. Laughable.
Laughable. Oh shit.
Retreat to the shadows, and we will. So come, kill me if you can. I've
I
already
don't know if I
won.
can.
We'll have to take him together.
You like.
The cool thing is, he's right. This is the point. Now,
We'll have to take him together.
when the rise of the Templars to their modern prominence began, and oh shit, I did it again. In the Assassin's Creed metaplot, in the modern day, Abstergo Industries, the Templar capitalists rather than nobles,
Did you think
is
this day
on
would
top.
never come?
The assassins aren't totally defeated, but they don't have comparable power and influence at all.
Revenge, is it? Your vision is as narrow as your father's.
Basically, all they do is repeatedly keep the Templars from totally winning.
Power? No. You're smarter than that. You cannot hide from me, boy. Hello, assassin. This was never about power. This was never about power. It's always been about control.
I think I just need to stab him a certain number of times.
The Order has grown complacent. For centuries, we focus our...
More than that, perhaps. The key is getting him into surviving, basically.
So obsessed with cleaving
And if I try this
to
too much, I'll actually run out of medicine and make things really difficult.
So obsessed with cleaving to the trappings of power, we abandoned our purpose.
Perhaps I should be using
Caught
smoke
in
bombs
the very
here.
lie we crafted to shepherd the masses. The darkness cannot protect you.
Actually, it can. Ah, where?
I'll kill you!
Have you heard nothing?
Ah! Need to get behind something.
Have you heard nothing?
That's
I
what kills me,
say?
that attack. Okay, I know how to
My
get him
design
now.
is larger than my own.
My design is larger than my own life. Oh man, I want to see his speech, it's cool, but I need to actually beat him as well.
Did you think this day would never come?
I know how to do it
That
now, I've just got to hit him
because
several
Oswald
times,
had no
basically.
sons to avenge him.
The trouble is that after a hit, he does that attack, and I
Revenge,
can't
is
get
it?
into cover fast
Your
enough.
vision is as narrow as your father's.
You'll want to talk. How wide of vision was your grab for power?
Well,
Power? No. You're smarter than that.
I wonder what he sees as the difference between
Don't
power
be
and control.
absurd. There's power. Power? Don't be absurd. This was never about power. It's always been about control. I will find you.
He will, alright. Ah, So the draining attack, the
Did your
long
father
drawn out
teach you
one,
nothing?
that does too much
Our
damage to
orders
survive,
become-
but it can be blocked. The other attacks can't be blocked, but they don't hit that hard either.
Our order has become corrupt. So obsessed with clinging to the trappings of power, we abandoned our purpose. Caught. Can no one
Damn it.
caught in the very lie.
This fight doesn't use any of the game mechanics I'm used to. It's a brand new thing.
Did
and
you
I'm
think this day would never
not doing it
come?
well.
That because Francois de la Serre had no sons to
I have
that your crime would go unanswered?
Revenge, is it? Your vision is as narrow as your father.
You'll want to talk. How wide a vision is about
That lets me get a hit in. Then I just have to not pay attention to where he is, just get up and run.
Power? Don't be absurd.
Ah,
Power? Don't be absurd. This was never about power. It's always been about control.
let's
Did
work
your
my way
father
around again.
teach you nothing? You cannot hide from me, Borg. Did your father teach you nothing? Our order has become corrupt. So obsessed with clinging to the trappings of power, we abandoned our purpose. So obsessed with clinging to the trappings of power, we abandoned our purpose. Caught in the very lie we crafted to shepherd the masses.
I'm deliberately letting him run out the speech here,
And you think that will accomplish anything?
because I want to see the next
In
part
the
of
wake
it.
of revolution, the Order will adapt. They will retreat to the shadows, and we will, at last, be the secret masters we were meant to be. So come, kill me if you can. I've already won.
I can't find an opening.
We'll have to take him together.
Surviving this is crucial. God, it takes so long to get up.
An opening.
We'll have to take him together.
That's the key. That's what I failed to do before. To be fair, it was not at all obvious that your goal at that point is just run away.
yourself safe in your shadows?
Safe-ish, you know? Safer than I could be in some other places.
You're trying my patience.
Skulk all you like. It makes no difference.
Oh. That's right, it actually does make no difference.
I'm tired of waiting.
Alright then. One to conceal me. One to conceal my coming. I'm really, really glad that although his hood fell off, the mask didn't.
I'm stuck!
The mask, it rules. Oh man, I'm also glad that when it comes down to it, Elise
He's
says to
getting
help
away.
him.
Wait, I'm almost free.
I can take him.
No, you can't.
Fuck.
Not alone. Wait for me.
I'm sorry.
Elise! 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 Elise, no.
She was willing to die for this.
Bravo. You've slain the villain. That is how you cast this little morality play in your mind, isn't it? Oh, I'm not really here. Not really there either. At the moment I'm bleeding out in the floor of the temple. But it seems the Father of Understanding has seen fit to give us this time to talk. A particular favorite of mine. I did not understand the visions that haunted my mind, you see. Those great towers of gold, cities, shining white as silver. I thought I was going mad. And I found this place. Dr. Molay's vault. Through his writings, I understood.
Understood what?
Somehow, through the centuries, I was connected to Grand Master de Molay. And I've been chosen to purge the order of decadence and corruption that had set in like rot, and to wash the world clean, and restore to the truth the Father of Understanding intended.
That seems to have gone over well.
Prophets are seldom appreciated in their own time. Exiled in the basement forced me to reevaluate my strategy, find new avenues for the realization of my purpose.
No matter the cost.
A new order never comes without destruction of the old. And if men are made to fear untrammeled liberty, so much the better. A brief taste of chaos will remind them why they crave obedience. Here's we part ways here. Think on this. The march of progress is slow, but it is inevitable as a glacier. All you've accomplished is to delay the inevitable. One death cannot stop the tide. Perhaps it'll not be my hand that shepherds mankind back to its proper place, but it will be someone's. Think on this when you remember her.
And that is the end of that for now. Worryingly for the series' long-term prospects, Jermaine basically won there.
The creed of the Assassin Brotherhood teaches us that nothing is forbidden to us. Once, I thought that meant we were free to do as we would, to pursue our ideals no matter the cost. I understand now. Not a grant of permission, the creed is a warning. Ideals too easily give way to dogma. dogma becomes fanaticism. No higher power sits in judgment of us. No supreme being watches to punish us for our sins. In the end, only we ourselves can guard against our obsessions. Only we can decide whether the road we walk carries too high a toll. We believe ourselves redeemers, avengers, saviors. We make war on those who oppose us, and they in turn make war on us. We dream of leaving our stamp upon the world. Even as we give our lives in a conflict that will be recorded in no history book. All that we do, all that we are, begins and ends with ourselves.
Years later. An epilogue. Ah. Ah. The sage's bones in an anonymous catacomb.
My god, I don't believe what I'm seeing. Arno won this fight 2 centuries before it started. Well done, kid. I don't think Abstergo will bother searching the catacombs for Germain's body. The bones are gonna be too damaged, too decayed. We're in the clear with this, Sage. You did good work, Initiate. Until we contact you again, the best you can do is continue searching Arno's memories for anything else he might have seen, like rare historical data, more DNA samples, anything to help our cause. We'll be in touch when we need you. Count on it.
Okay, that was Assassin's Creed Unity. What do I think of the game? I think it was a lot better than I thought it would be, because I'd heard it was extremely buggy and terrible performance and so on. 9 months or so of patch after patch after patch apparently took care of that. At least on a high-end PC. I wouldn't rush out and buy it on a console if I was you and expect it to run at 60 FPS. But it runs fine on here. I had one crash right near the end, and a couple of very minor glitches, but overall the game was not massively buggy. It is technically impressive as well. The new engine seems worthwhile now that the glitches are out of it. The gameplay has been updated as they periodically do. It's improved in some ways. Combat is deeper than before. There is more to free running than there was. I wouldn't say it's better though. Assassin's Creed 4 in particular had become very smooth, very simplified, stylized. It did feel a little too easy, and this feels like it may have gone in the other direction. Rather than adding challenge per se, there's just kind of more buttons to press, and a few things don't work as smoothly as they should. So I'd say the new control scheme is, if anything, a little worse. Not massively, but a little. The story was like a multi-layered thing. At the top level, Arno and Elise and the revenge and the dead fathers and Germain and the Templars becoming remade. That was fine, that was good, it was all good. I liked it. One level down from that, the way this ties into the Revolution, or rather doesn't, except thematically, it was mostly stupid. an extremely uncritical approach, I would say. They tried to do show not tell by showing off Paris going through the revolution, just kind of recreating street level life, so you can just look around. The idea is you look at things and judge for yourself, and no viewpoint was actually presented. In fact, events were largely not presented, but this just had the result of turning the revolution into a backdrop, of turning an incredibly major event which touched and changed everyone's lives, and which could not be anything other than political, into a kind of glossed over background detail with like brief and trite arguments between people. I think it kind of says it all that the last couple of missions are about bringing down Robespierre, right? Because he was a major historical figure and they're like, ah yes, we'll have Robespierre in the game. But he has, I think, 2 lines of dialogue total. The second one is, I won't talk, and then he gets shot in the mouth so he can't talk. You just don't get a sense of what's really happening. The only figure connected with the revolution who's fleshed out in a way that goes beyond trivia, even into implication, let alone actual spelling things out, is Mirabeau, the conciliatory assassin leader. He's a kind of counterpoint to Germain in this era when the Templars were remaking themselves, becoming a new thing about control by wealth rather than by de facto control rather than explicit power structure. The assassins, meanwhile, had become stagnant and then it gets coherent. They were stagnant for sure, big rich places, they are the status quo, they don't notice what's going on under their noses. But you've got Mirabeau being all conciliatory, and the idea is, well, had he in fact grown soft? Bellex says so, but then Bellec's fanaticism and his idea that, the assassins have to be remade, reforged, and purged themselves, that wasn't helping anything or anybody. It just wasn't a thought-out idea, and he didn't accomplish anything either. So, in fact, the assassins essentially accomplish nothing. They help Arno a bit, then they get in Arno's way a bit. Meanwhile, what Arno is doing himself, well, Elise gets her revenge, Arno does not get the girl, and Germain doesn't care because he got what he wanted. So, while at that level the story is fine, the way the assassins fit into it is just kind of pointless. They are more backdrop, as are the Templars, since the whole thing is about Germain upsetting the existing Templar structure. Well, thankfully France exists in real life and has more detail to it. The revolutions, starting with that one, are a hotly contested part of history, but at least there is more to the contest than fictional assassins and Templars and a backdrop. It was a strange way to handle it. The game was very well realized on a technical level, although not for people who experienced it months earlier than I did. High production values for sure. Fun to play, but not quite as fun as it could be, but still sort of good enough, I'd say. That is Unity. Thank you for watching, assuming that you did. I don't think I want to look at every single one of these credits. Let's see what it kicks us back to into the game, and then I will turn off the microphone and the camera. Not that there's a camera, it's like screen recording. Okay, see you around.